So there used to be only a few options when it came to losing unwanted fat, and those included vigorous exercise, dieting, or liposuction. But now there's a new way that doesn't require surgery, exercise, or downtime, and it's called CoolSculpting. Joining me now is Dr. Deborah Pan. Nice to have you here, doctor.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, CoolSculpting. Sounds too good to be true. Break it down for me.
So when we were confronted with this new technology, we thought the same thing. How could it be possible? And it actually turns out that with some observations of kids eating lots of popsicles and dimples appearing in their cheeks, researchers went back and tried to figure out what is it about the colt that makes fat die away, and they found out that at a certain temperature and certain time of exposure, fat cells will actually check themselves out and eliminate themselves.
And they're gone forever.
They're gone forever. Like whatever permanent reduction you get is yours to keep.
Wow. Doctor, what made you guys get the equipment in your office?
Well, it was a funny story. Our rep, normally reps with new technologies try and convince us by talking to us over and over and trying to make a story that will eventually convince us to bring the technology in. This rep was quite different. She basically said, I can give you the song and dance, but why don't I bring the machine in and I'll prove it to you. She treated me and my colleague, and within 3 or 4 weeks, once we started to see results on ourselves, that's when we called her and
sold,
said,
huh?
Yeah, we were sold. And we said, it sounded too good, but we are actually observing ourselves that it's working.
Wow.
So,
all right, well, how does this work exactly?
So what we find is that when we actually chill fat in certain areas of the body for a certain amount of time, your body will actually eliminate the fat cells on their own. They're programmed to basically kill themselves off. And so we use that technology, apply it to certain areas of the body that you want, eliminated, and that's how it works.
So a patient comes in for the procedure.
Yep.
What's the steps?
Well, first we obviously talk about what areas are problematic. We get a sense of what goals you're trying to achieve, and then we do a consultation and really check and make sure that the areas that we're looking to treat are amenable to CoolSculpting. So those areas are often the abdomen, either upper or lower, sides. We can oftentimes also target the inner thighs, which are a problem area for some women as they get older. And we can also even get the back fat, and for men, we can get the love handles and oftentimes the chest area as well.
Dr. Pan, is it a painful procedure?
I would call it an unusual sensation during the treatment. There's a little bit of a pulling and a tugging sensation, but then once the cooling sets in, the areas actually are quite comfortable and fairly numb during the duration of the procedure. And
it's kind of a peaceful process, right? Run us through that.
Yeah, seriously, like we get the area prepped.
Sure.
We apply the applicator onto the body, and once it's actually secured on, you can actually sit back, relax, you can bring a book, you can read, you can surf the internet. You can even have lunch if you so choose while you're having the procedure done. So you really just hang out and spend the day.
Do you need more than one procedure, or one process, or is this instant?
It really depends on how much bulk we're trying to decrease. If there's more bulk, you may require 2 or 3 treatments in one area. But if you have like tiny little exercise-resistant pockets of fat that just have just been problematic, oftentimes one treatment is all that's required in that area.
Wow, now who's a good candidate for this?
Like I mentioned, if you exercise, eat right, and you just have these little poochy areas, those are actually perfect areas that we can really help with. But on the other hand, if you have some more significant fat stores, we can create a plan that may take multiple treatments to really debulk an area if you so wish.
All right, my favorite, we have before and after pictures.
Absolutely.
So let's put this up on the screen, and Doctor, just explain what we're looking at.
So on the left is the before of somebody, that most people might say, didn't have too many problem areas, but after CoolSculpting 4 areas, one of the upper abdomen, one of the lower abdomen, and then one each of the waist or the flanks that we call, then after about 3 weeks to 3 months, we can get all the way to the right-hand side of the picture where everything seems much more toned and the fat layers are thinned out, and we get a better shape to be exposed to the surface.
That's significant differences there. That's really impressive. I understand that you have an open house tonight where we're going to talk a little bit about CoolSculpting.
Correct. We have the representatives of the companies supporting us in this event, so you'll get to learn more about the procedure. And we are also offering consultations that evening and some surprise discounts. So you have to be present in order to receive the discounts, and we do prefer that you do call us or email us to reserve your spot.
All right, 5:30 to 7:30 tonight, and we'll get a hold of you. In fact, let's put the information up on the screen. Esana Plastic Surgery Center and MedSpa is located in New Haven. Go to Esana EsanaMedSpa.com or call 203-562-7662. And you're right in New Haven by Carmen Anthony, so it's pretty easy to get to.
Exactly. So very easy to find.
Very good. Thank you so much for the information, Doctor.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
All right, and stay with us. More Connecticut Style after the break. We'll be right back.